These problems need solutions, so break out your pen and pad and take notes, because tonight, at the National Poetry Awards, BLAQICE is offering lessons. Mocha Butterfly, tell me, why is it that freedom ain't free? And why is it that although our eyes are wide open, there's some things that we still can't see? See, y'all, this war is spiritual. And since words are spirits, I'm coming lyrical. And since ignorance is a killer, that cereal, this material was a blessing. No, matter of fact, it's a miracle. Maddie G, tell me, why is it that most of our lives, we just labor, sweat, and toil? And while brothers out there killing brothers over dope, Bush killed people over oil. And we got governments killing people over soil. Tell me, why is it that tobacco companies are just not now telling you that in that stick, it was cancer, emphysema, and asthma? Maybe because it was death that they were selling you. And in Africa, I'm confused because the blood that they used and transfused had AIDS in it. And I want to go to church and pray my sins away, but the same ones trying to dip me in water, they need to bathe in it. And although as a young man I broke a lot of rules, but I kept my 2 sons in the public because it's just too much sex education in Catholic school. Ain't that something, how you can molest little boys and take away their innocence and it's not even viewed as a crime? Because the only punishment they got was to step down from the priesthood when you know you should be serving jail time. The double standard of this nation confounds me. Now, if that had been me in Florida, killing a white teen in a hoodie, that same day, I would have been locked up in the county. And that incident that happened on 9/11 was more than a coincidence. Remember, it was this nation that separated God from state. Now these politicians want to pray? They ain't nothing but just a bunch of hypocrites. Why is it that 6 months before 9/11, the U.S. planned a war in Afghanistan? And it was so ironic that the same day the planes hit, we were in Afghanistan bombing the Taliban. Although no one had claimed responsibility, but BLAQICE, I sense a conspiracy. But let's check it out. American flight schools they trained at, American planes they used, and 19 men just so happened to get through airport security. Y'all smell that? I smell a rat. And out of the billions that were lost and out of the billions that were spent, I still ain't got our 40 acres and a mule yet. Because see, in every good drama, you need a good guy and a villain. Or excuse me, my bad, let me pick that up. Is that your beans that I'm spilling? The government? Do you know that standing right here, right now, I can be killed for what I'm saying, but I was born in a world to die. And that's the reason why I sat down and wrote this masterpiece and came up with the title called Why. Like some of the things in the Constitution that the forefathers of this nation wrote about. They told us that we were 3/5 of a human being. Would somebody please tell me, is this why in Florida our votes didn't count? See, things ain't changed too much because in the South, they still flying old Dixie. And we still ain't forgot that during the Black Power movement, the CIA flooded our community with heroin in the 60s. And it's crazy the way our ladies are out there selling their bodies, neglecting their babies. As a direct result of that drug that you call crack, that you sent on our block in the 80s. But you know what they did? They helped to create a generation that was cold. Future leaders to stand up and fight with no fear, soldiers to replace the ones getting old. And how can you justify killing an unarmed black man who told you more than 11 times that he couldn't breathe, or a man with his hands up and no guns? And since we're paying these police officers with our tax dollars, seems like we just paying some of these cops just to kill our sons. And who would have thought that going to church on a Wednesday night to Bible class, that the person sitting next to you could hurt you? When this one white supremacist killed 9 black people, I guess it's safe to say that the devil goes to church too. And I know y'all saying, BLAQICE, this is the National Poetry Awards, and what you're saying is kind of deep, and I truly understand. But when they start killing black sisters in police stations, then somebody got to say something. Hashtag Sandra Bland. In my conclusion, let me tell y'all a story. See, one day truth